dodgy, maybe not fully correct. And yeah, it's clear that Esipenko, he feels that that is his best chance here. For Jan, he's much more principled in the opening, traditionally.
D4 for game number 2. A little bit more chilled out, but...
It's there. It's already on the board.
It is.
Jabava London is what we... And I think this also has to be a bit of surprise for Jan Nepomniachtchi.
Yeah, you would think so. Jan Nepomniachtchi, he is a very kind of predictable player in the opening. He has a very fixed set repertoire that he relies on. Has brought him so much success for the last decade. But maybe he wasn't expecting this one, though the moves have flown through very quickly here.
So there's still plenty to come here out of the opening, but break down the psychology for me in the opening, Tanya, because in the last game we had a potential question mark very early on. Now we're getting to something that is relatively well understood theoretically. How aggressive or how positional would you say this opening is?
I mean, look at the H-pawn. It's already up the board. So I think when we speak of Alpha Zero chess, I think for Andrey Esipenko, he's doing just that. He is trying to get the aggressive approach. When you have the Jabava London, where you place the knight in front of the pawn on the queen side, get your bishop out early. We're looking at tactical ideas. And I think Esipenko is again showing he's ready for it. It's not just the H-pawn, but the G-pawn going up as well. Jan Nepomniachtchi, though, looks like he's more ready for this one.
Yeah, big threat though here on the board. Queen takes pawn. How is
the H-pawn with white? It's very clear where his intentions lie, and very early on showing that he is absolutely fine from a nerves point of view.
Well, both players are showing just that, right? Jan Nepomniachtchi matching the speed as well on this one. It's Esipenko who's behind on the clock already. Jan doing Jan things. He's putting the pace, he's putting the pressure. I'm amazed with just the speed with which Jan's handled the Jabava London in this one. It's almost like he's played it out flawlessly with the black pieces, getting the queen out, blocking the king side, making sure there are no advances there. Also gets a stronghold in the center with a capture on e4.
That is incredible speed. Jan Nepomniachtchi, he's barely used 15 seconds to get to this point. We're already 10 moves in what is quite an unorthodox opening here. There was a pawn hanging in the center of the board, but Esipenko was bracing for impact. Black here, Jan Nepomniachtchi is trying to blow open the center. If that happens, white's pieces on the back rank here, on the bottom row, do not look ready.
A little bit of tension there with the pawn structure in the center. You had the double pawns on e4 and e5 before, but instant take. It looks like the tension's being resolved relatively quickly. You see lots of chess openings, Tanya, where there's loads and loads of tension building up. This doesn't look like it's one of those.
The tension's all over the place here right now. It's not building up, it's already pawn. Bishop takes pawn is a possibility, but that's playing with fire. Would have opened up the rook line towards the white king. A safety first approach, getting the castle in. Black defends the pawn, white doubles down on it. But there are potential trades. Black could capture the pawn at the center, get the queens off the board, and I wonder if this is headed towards an endgame. And because of the pawn formation on the right side, more space for white might be better for white.
Yeah, let's talk about that briefly. What should we be looking at earlier in the game, David, to give us an idea of whether white or black would be playing for...
has to figure out those queen dances, those queen maneuvers on the board. He gives a check.
He's getting closer though. That black king's in the corner. He's so close now. The black rook has no safe squares to go to. It's going to have to divorce itself from that black king. This spells danger.
And with speed with which Esipenko is playing, it almost feels like he's figured it out. Notice how there are no big checks that black could have given. White coming in closer with that death trap on the black king and the rook.
And this is a position that has appeared in so many chess books throughout history. It is totally winning now. You can win the black rook by force. Computer says mate in 4. Is he going to find it? It's checkmate. If he brings his queen up to the top of the board, he finds a different path. He's struggling here, Esipenko. The nerves are getting to him.
It's the clock against Andrey Esipenko right now. 13 seconds, so close yet so far.
He had a forced win. If only he had a few seconds more. Now, Nepomniachtchi pauses. He's going to try and make things as complicated as possible. He's going to try and run away with the black rook or the black king now. He might be losing his rook, though. I don't see any safe moves here for Nepomniachtchi.
It's so difficult to make a choice, and maybe there are no good ones, and maybe that's exactly what's dawned on Jan Nepomniachtchi right now.
Checkmate is threatened in one move. We should mention the white queen coming back down to d1. It's starting square. That would be very appropriate as an end to this game. The white queen, the MVP. Nepomniachtchi sitting back. It looks like he's about to resign. He's going to give up. Okay, a check, and now the black rook falls.
And 10 seconds has to be enough for a queen and king versus king. This is about to end in checkmate. 9 seconds is an eternity at this level to finish this off.
Esipenko's been practicing this since he was born. This is checkmate next move, and Esipenko takes the win.
And Andreyko takes down Jan Nepomniachtchi in this incredibly tense first best of 2. Look, game number 1, tense draw. Esipenko was on the front foot, but that game ended in a draw. Same story in game number 2 with the white pieces. Esipenko trying to break through, and it took until his 3rd or 4th attempt to see the first cracks appear.